All right, welcome to the Slick and Quick Pod, name pending. Tell us if you like that name. If you don't like that name, that's okay. But I think it's an amazing name. I am Zeke, aka Zeke, aka Zeke, aka sometimes Timothy, joined by my lovely co-host,
It's your boy Wise up in this bitch. What's going on, everybody?
the wisest of the Bergs, with a Y.
With the what? Yes.
Today, I want to talk about Street Fighter 6. Now, of course, I'm a fighting game player, so we know I have strong opinions. Do I like it? Do I hate it? You'll find out after we get Anthony's hot take. Anthony, Street Fighter 6.
Bro, it looks so good. Like just the screenshots of everyone like Ryu's aged a little bit with the beard. You got a guy with the goatee and like the bomber jacket. And just the footage of like I think it's gonna be you can like roam around the town and like, kind of like do challenges or something. It looks like that. That's confirmed. I've not seen this gameplay footage by Maximilian. But that's what it looks like just from the trailers. And I heard it has a rollback net. They're
It
gonna
will
be
have
using.
so Street Fighter 5 also had rollback netcode. The problem was it was made by one guy in an apartment somewhere.
Oh,
So it was not the best. And this man pitched to Capcom like, "Hey, we can just get this rollback for free." And they're like, "No, make the rollback."
wait.
So
So
he did, and it sucked. It sucked real bad. Someone lost a job over the rollback being so bad. So I think for this game, because the netcode has gotten way better over time. I think for this game, it's going to be not sus as fuck.
well, that's good. Is there uh potential? When's it launching? When's the potential launch?
I
Sometime
have
next year.
no idea. I imagine it's going to be like earliest sometime next year.
I'm thinking summer
I
2023.
think
We can just look this
I
up
think
too. Like why?
th- they should they should try to launch it in like March or April, so then
Mm-hmm.
it comes right in for Evo.
Oh, that yeah, that's a smart play right there. Oh,
Because some games called DNF Duel release at the end of June, and for some reason, apparently a month isn't enough time for a game to be an Evo nowadays. You know, cowards.
Um,
Just if the game's out for one day, throw it in Evo. I just want to see everyone just trying to learn as they play. That shit would be hype.
I've seen them like implement like the updated version that was less than like a month old. So I
That's a
feel like
classic. That is a classic with Mortal Kombat.
right. I thought they did that with like arcade one of the arcade editions, whether it was 4 or 5.
Probably. I just
But
remember there's been numerous times where Mortal Kombat releases a patch right before a major tournament, and everyone's like, and then
well, actually, that's very common where like CS:GO would drop a patch 2 days before a tournament starts. It's a big one, and they play the first day with the new patch, and it's like, no, we have too many plays. We're gonna roll it back. Go
roll
back,
back,
roll it back. We'll play
roll back, real back.
the older version of it. So it's actually yeah, playing on a new version with no one having any experience or that much time on it is very
I
common.
think it's, I think it's hype.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, dude. Like
It's
I was hoping that Strive was it Strive?
right.
You
Guilty Gear.
Guilty Gear Strive. I was hoping that would get me back into the fighting game community. We played for a little bit, but I'm so hype. I SF's the only real reason why I'm into the fighting game community. SF4 dropped, and it was so much fun. Went to Evos, we went to local tournaments, stuff like that. I did that for 2 years, for a bit, and that's what drew me in. And like, I want that feeling again. You know.
Reunited with his one true love, fighting on the streets.
Oh yeah, because with the beard, me and Raya look like twins.
That's true. So I've been watching Maximilian stream because he got a lot of footage since he is special and got to go play the game at Capcom. And when I think of the game, it looks fucking good.
Does
It
it?
looks real good. They have an entire, so they have a mechanic called the drive gauge. So kind
Mm-hmm.
of like how KOF has meter, and then there's always a secondary meter. So in Street Fighter 6, they have a drive gauge, and there's a lot of things. So one, there's an armored move that also, I'll get into that more. This shit's crazy. There's an arm move, there's a parry, there's, I don't know if there's a counter, I don't remember. The problem is my memory is shit, and all I remember is being excited. But And the best part of the game, so I saw Ryu do low forward or crouching medium kick, and the hitbox was actually where his foot was. In Street Fighter 6, the hitbox goes to like his shin and then it just stops for some reason. So normals actually have range, which is awesome. The game, the characters look mad fun, and I like all of the redesigns. Chun-Li looks like an old woman now. She's a boomer. You know how like
She
Asians
still
hit
looks
that.
great. Oh no!
I mean,
Don't you say no? Don't go
she
there.
looks
Don't
she
say
looks
that. I know
fantastic.
exactly. Let it go. Do
She looks
not finish that sentence.
fantastic, but I'm saying she is clearly old. Ken's abandoned by his wife and has a cool bomber jacket now. Then there's Jamie. That character looks sick. He drinks and has rekkas. I mean, yeah, Street Fighter 6. It looks good. And I of course I was very cynical hearing it being announced. I'm like, all right, well, I don't like Street Fighter 5. That game's trash. But Street Fighter 6 looks like we're coming back.
Yeah,
We're coming back with a vengeance.
I wasted my money on Street Fighter Five. It looked cool, and then I came to find out I'm horrible at doing quarter circles to the left. I think to the left or
To the
no, I
left,
can
to the left.
quarter circles to the right. So I always play charge characters, and I came to realize that they virtually took out all the charge characters and made them quarter circle characters.
Yeah, there's very few charge moves.
Very few, and so like I had like four options in Street Fighter Four, and now it's like one in Street Fighter Five. And I was like, this isn't. I wasn't gonna sit there. Everyone's like, just practice quarter circles, 50 times each way every day until you get it. Who's got time for that?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time,
We
bro.
only got time for 3D triangles.
Bro, so they're gonna have you said there's gonna be parry, there's gonna be armor break or armor?
Yeah, so okay, so yeah, so those it's called Drive Impact. And
Okay.
it's like a move. It has like 3 hits of armor or 4 hits of armor. I think it's 3. But so it can be thrown. But the way it works is uh if you use this in the corner and it gets blocked, they get guard broken and get wall bounced. So you're probably like, that's fucking broken. But you can throw them, you can hit them a bunch. Then there's also armor break moves. And if you see a drive impact, you can do your own drive impact and you'll drive impact through their drive impact.
Okay. That sounds pretty cool.
So there's a lot of interactions happening at all times. It's very much you cannot flowchart basically because there's actual options.
Now it sounds like there's gonna be too many things to worry about. I mean, it's gonna separate skill ceiling is gonna be a lot higher. But what was nice about like Street Fighter Four was pretty simple. I mean, you had your focus attack, you had your supers, your ultras, and you just learned how to play the range. And it was real simple. Like parries, I've seen from Street Fighter Three that it looks like you just got to time everything on that, and that's a
So
hard
so,
aspect.
so in third strike, parries were done by tapping forward or tapping down forward right when the attack hits. This is just a button, and you can hold the button. So if you know like someone's gonna do like low forward fireball, you can just hold the parry for the low forward and the fireball and then punish them.
Okay, that doesn't sound too bad then.
I think it's all very I think see the thing with third strike is like you have to there's like a skill to like you have to learn how to parry. Like it takes some number of hours of playing the game to be able to parry on demand. Or like my favorite example is I was talking about since I've always been an anime player is Guilty Gear. So in the older Guilty Gears, there's these things called FRCs. Because there's the Roman cancels, and then an FRC is a Roman cancel, but it's done specifically between this frame and this frame of a move. And a lot of characters to play them properly, you literally had to be able to FRC certain moves. So you'd have to spend like however many hours, however many weeks or months it takes you to learn them just to be able to properly play a character. I think in Street Fighter 6 everything is like if you want to drive in, you're like this guy's gonna push a button. I'm gonna drive impact and just push the 2 buttons. You're like this guy keeps doing crouching strong fireball. I'm gonna parry him. Just hit the parry button. And there's no like execution barrier required. It's all just brain barrier.
Okay, sounds simple enough. Like another aspect to it without making it too crazy to.
It's just more things to think about and makes the game not so flowcharty and dull.
That's true. I remember we were just like, all right, I'm waiting for this one move, and they should, you know, if it beats it by doing frames or just what's it called, like sun blocking them
Yeah,
to start to juggle.
you have to be very aware of what you're doing because you can get absolutely read like a book, which is what I because Third Strike is still my favorite Street Fighter, and that's because uh it was the same way where it's like if I know what the opponent is going to do, I can punish the fuck out of them. And then then like Street Fighter 5, it's like well, I know he's going to do this, but it's instantaneous and plus on block. So I guess I'll just eat shit then.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm definitely gonna pick this up. What's it called? Like pre-order. Sign me up for the pre-order. I'm in.
Hopefully they do a beta,
That'd be dope. Yeah.
but there probably won't be a beta on PC because when they did the Street Fighter 5 beta on PC, of course, people just were like, "Thanks for the free game." So the beta ended, but everyone was still playing the game because you know, Japanese companies, they got a lot of boomers and they aren't so good at using the computers. So whenever they release a beta, there's like every Japanese fighting game that has had a beta on PC has basically just been taken and data mined and people just keep playing it. But hopefully, maybe there's some nice, handsome young lads who can be like, look, we can make a beta on PC and people won't just be able to keep playing the game after the beta ends.
How does this stack up with Riot's fighter?
How to like comparison? Because Riot's Fighter is a tag fighting game. They seem I'm hoping they're kind of similar, where they're very easy to pick up, but like the skill ceiling is going to be very high
On the
because
Riot's game?
yeah, I think Street Fighter 6 and the Riot Fighter are kind of looking to be in a similar boat where it's like, you can just hit up the boys and everyone can have a good time playing it, but there you can grind the game for thousands of hours and never reach the skill ceiling.
Okay, that's good. I look forward to grinding it. Like I got my fight stick ready. Just got to dust her off and let's get it going, dude.
And it won't be like frustrating to learn stuff, hopefully.
What was frustrating about Strive is like just getting into a lobby, just
Yeah.
setting up the games were fucking
The
a
the
task.
online the online system is pretty unless you're just popping online and queuing the rank tower, it's rough to say the least.
Super hyped. I'm ready for it, dude. So ready.
Yeah, I'm interested what this open world mode is because back in alpha they had a mode called World Tour that was super dope, and I'm hoping this open world thing is that, but you actually move around. And I'm hoping it's a whole like mode, a whole single player mode.
Yeah, I that looked real interesting. Like he, I think, kicked some crates or something. So it made me think like, oh, cool. I maybe do some to like help you learn the game or just do things to advance you on without
Yeah, hopefully it's a tutorial.
tutorial, or there's actually like a storyline behind playing it beside just like, oh, you got a little snippet of some info before your next fight, when you're playing single player.
Yeah, because good tutorials is definitely lacking in fighting games. I think Guilty Gear Xrd has the best tutorial in a fighting game still by millions of miles, which is funny since it was made before Strive, and somehow the Strive tutorial is worse than the Xrd tutorial.
Well, they have something to go off in that, bro. Just get it better than Strive. So
Just
that's all it takes.
and give Anthony a charge character.
Yes, for a few of them. Give me Boxer. I'm ready to go with
Seems
Boxer again.
that seems like a lot of the World Warriors are back. See, Boxer was added to Street Fighter 5, but they made him a motion character. He was more like Dudley. than he was like Boxer.
Dudley.
Instead of being Dudley's the third strike gentleman, the
Yeah, it was.
absolute combo machine, offensive. Because Balrog or Boxer or Bison, if you hail from Japan,
Mm-hmm.
is he was always like a kind of like poking character,
It was
defensive poking character,
rush
and
down when needed.
Dudley is like I'm getting in that ass and I'm eating good.
Bro, it was so many good. It was fun watching Boxer versus Dudley matches.
Yeah, and then so then in Street Fighter Five they put Boxer in, but made him like Dudley, so it was very interesting. So hopefully for some of the boomers over here, like Anthony,
This
they
big
make
boomer,
Boxer back to being
big boomer.
Boxer. But the other thing that's interesting is apparently since this game takes place after Third Strike and everything, there's no Third Strike characters in the game, which immediately says to me, time to make some Third Strike DLC packs because people love Third Strike characters. Easy money,
Yeah,
easy clap.
that's like season 2 DLC for sure.
Just just and they're gonna get me.
Oh, they'll get everybody, dude. I mean, they got me now. I'm waiting to give them my money. There's a game I've been waiting to give them. I want to give my money to Halo, but they don't deserve it anymore. I want to give my money
Yeah.
to some company. Take my money. It's gonna be Street Fighter. It's gonna be Capcom.
In the pilot episode of any spinoff we start, we always need to mention Halo at some point. Yeah, then there was a thing that said I think it said team versus. So they didn't have access to this mode, but Maximilian was theorizing like, is this team versus? Is this going to be like Street Fighter Cross Tekken where there's 4 characters on the screen at once and it's a 2v2? Is this going to be like KOF style where it's like KOF or like CVS where it's like you have 3 characters and everyone can play a different character? Because imagine playing that in an online mode,
Mm-hmm.
like you and 2 of your friends. It's like like so let's say there's a 2v2 mode and like a 3v3 mode. So me and you could play, and I could be like, all right, Anthony, you go first. Then you fight their first guy, and then you beat his ass because you're the goat. And then I fight the next guy, and then I lose because I'm trash and washed up, and I'm complaining that's not an anime fighter. So then you and the other guy fight, and you beat his ass too, and then you win the match. There's a lot of,
If that's an
or
option,
it could be both. They could have like the cross Tekken mode, and they could have a mode like that.
if they set that mode up right away, that'd be nice. You don't have to manually uh, create that or people joining lobbies to make sure they can play. I remember seeing when I went to my first Evo, it was a 3 versus 3. Each person has their own character, and there's a local talent here. His name is Saber. He was the first person I ever saw use Sakura.
Yeah,
Sakura, yeah, and he figured a way to fucking just bodied everybody. He was do this like I feel like he kind of juggled him to the poke, dashed underneath, and was able to fucking keep him juggling like that. Just
yes. Soccer had some gross resets.
yes, and it was just like no one ever saw this. No one ever played her because she's not that like in the matchups. It wasn't in her favor at all, so no one ever played her. But he found a way to fucking just work them all with Sakura. It was so
Yeah,
good, dude.
like if you see Chris G's Sakura, it's very it's very oppressive.
It was so fun. Going to Evo was fun, dude.
But
It was also fun. Like everyone likes a good chant or something like that. And that chanty character was fucking Rufus because he had the raise the
yeah,
roof.
raise the roof.
When that happened, everyone just 1,000 hands go up to raise the
Yeah,
roof.
everyone raised the roof.
Fuck, that was so much fun.
Yeah, those things like that are so fun. That's the same thing in Third Strike. There's always Cooperation Cup, which is like the big Third Strike tournament in Japan. It's a
Mm-hmm.
5v5. And so everyone hates Yun because Yun is just busted. But when he's doing Ganajin combos, everyone always go, hey, 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 hey. Everyone does in the rhythm of the combo. It's just like no one can. Everyone hates this character, but
Mm-hmm.
and then one of the fun things was so I played a lot of Marvel also, and in Chicago we had a Spider-Man player, and Spider-Man combos are basically his you loop his web throw move in Ultimate Marvel 3. So it's literally like You do the web throw, you dash a few times, do a couple attacks. It's like wave dash, do a couple attacks, web throw again, wave dash, do a couple attacks, web throw again. So it's like it's happening like literally probably like 10 plus times in a combo until the character is dead in like a 15-second time span. And every time he does this web throw move, he says, "See you later." So sure enough, every time our boy's playing, every single time he's doing the combo, everybody is just going, "See you later. See you
Oh
later."
man, that's
It is hilarious.
imagine you're the guy getting that done to. You just hear everyone say,
Yeah, that's what
"What? Why?"
it's yeah. See you later.
Oh, looked like it caught him blocking right when he got to the ground. That second hit is pretty tricky because he can choose not to do it also. Combos.
People love Spider-Man.
All right.
And yeah, it gets to the point where you get exhausted. You're like, "Oh fuck, he landed a hit. We gotta do it again." I'm just trying to eat this burrito. Like, can I get a break, man?
Oh, you as a spectator. I thought you meant
Yeah.
like the guy is getting it done to. He's like, God,
I
gotta
mean,
listen to
yeah,
this
you
for
could.
20 seconds. All right.
Yeah, no. If you're getting hit with the combo, you got time to eat a burrito for
You
sure. That shit lasts a minute because
take
it's
your
like
water.
it's not just it's literally it's he does like the full swing, throws him across the screen. Then got to wave dash over there, do a couple hits, do this whole thing again, go back across the street, wave dash over there. Yeah, it's
You can run and take a piss and come back and be ready for the
yeah.
next round.
You got plenty of time. You're chilling.
But if you're the spectator, you have to join in. Someone hits you, bro. Come on, see you later. Let's get it together.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's just everyone has to join. Or when Dragon Ball Fighters came out and Cell's intro is he just yells, and Cell was very top tier in the first season of Dragon Ball Fighters. So at
Mhm.
Evo, the entire crowd was just screaming "Ah!" for literally every match. They would let the intro play, and everybody would yell it. I think several thousand people lost their voice on that day.
For a good reason too, bro. Like, bro, I'm so hyped now. Like, I gotta get a job where I have Saturdays off so I can go to weekend tourneys or something. They're all in fucking Tempe, which is like an hour
Yeah,
away.
we got
You gotta invest the whole day down there.
and we got gas prices, so
That's true.
donate to the Patreon, help us get to
Yeah, we
tournaments.
gotta invest in a sprinter van and pick up 15 people so we all can split the gas fare.
Yeah. Yeah, we got quite the trek to go play some Street
Oh,
Fighter,
yeah.
but yeah, I was because when they first when they first dropped like the trailer and showed the gameplay, I'm like, all right, it looks like it's just gonna be like Street Fighter 5. They did not do a good job of appealing to the asshole elitists like me. But then when I saw like all the footage Maximilian got to record, it's like, okay, they're bringing me back with this game.
That
Because
was
my
smart. Let them record that and show that to the people. Like footage of them playing. That's a great way to get people in.
yeah, and especially for someone like Maximilian who's very charismatic and popular and tall. So with Street Fighter 5, my experience was basically I played the beta and I was like, this is pretty fun. Like Vega would do like 70% off of a crush counter anti-air, and you'd be like, yeah, don't jump at me, bitch. You know, it felt good. You could punish things and murder people for their bad habits. And then the game came out, and like everything that I liked about the game was nerfed into the ground because it was broken. Oh, it's so broken. Because but because the Zoomers don't realize that what makes fighting games fun is everyone's character is fucking mad broken. That's why people love Guilty Gear because everyone thinks their character is cheap as fuck.
When I think of broken, I think of MVC2, and just
Yeah,
I think it's like Sentinel
there's
just trap somebody in the corner and
yes,
just keeps hitting
then
with that
yeah, there's
combo
a
string, whatever they can do.
Magneto Storm Psylocke or Magneto Sentinel Storm. There's quite a few teams that you do not get to play the game, which is hilarious. So there's an extent to broken. It's like there's Hakoto no Ken where you get hit with a jab and you get infinited. It's like you watch H&K Nationals and it's like one dude is just doing the combo and the other guy's just sitting there like, why did I choose to play this game? They're just like rethinking their life as they get infinited for the 77 seconds
Yeah.
because in
Once you
H&K
get
the rounds are
once you get stuck in there, you just put the controller down. Like,
yeah, you're just chilling.
all right,
That's all I feel like it would be a good strat to just like throw the first couple games. Like let's say it's the best of 5, just throw the first couple games to get your opponent's hand tired out. And you're just chilling there, you know, getting your hand stretches in, you're ready. And then your opponent got carpal tunnel. You know, people that play those broken games, they're all old men now.
Question: why don't you told me that you're strictly a pad player? Why don't you play on the stick no more?
Oh, okay. So I played on stick because I grew up next to Galloping Ghost Arcade. Shout out to Galloping Ghost Arcade, the best arcade in the world. So I played on stick, and then let's see. So that was in like 2005. And then I didn't have like any console fighting games. I would just go to the arcade. And then BlazBlue, the original BlazBlue, Calamity Trigger came out in 2009. And in 2009, I was 18 years old, so I could not afford an arcade stick. So I learned to play on pad. So I played on pad. Then eventually I got a stick. And that was when I learned I have carpal tunnel. So playing on stick in conjunction with carpal tunnel, I would be in immense pain. So then I stopped playing on stick and I just started playing on pad. And then I eventually started playing on hitbox. But the hitbox, that's an illegal weapon. But the hitbox, I do love the hitbox also, but I will say if you have carpal tunnel problems, you definitely need to get your buttons customly spaced because the default hitbox configuration, those things are clustered. I don't know whose hands they're made for because I have small hands. Like my hands are not that big. But that thing will destroy your hands.
Can't confirm they're small.
Yeah. I had small hands and a long finger.
So just to clarify, hitbox is only buttons, right?
Yeah, hitbox is basically like playing on a keyboard, which is why it's an illegal weapon because you can like there's so many shortcuts and stuff you can do just because you can like hold the button down and then just let go of the button. There's all kinds of cheater tech. Like for double quarter circle forward, you can just hold forward the whole time. You literally do so you'd hit the down button, so down button, and then you hit right button, and then you just let go of down button and push down button.
Okay.
There you go. That counts as a double quarter circle forward.
So instead of doing 4 inputs, you're just holding one.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then you can do the same thing for like half circles, because you can't hold both directions at the same time. So by just letting go of a button, it's crazy. There's so much cheater tech. It's amazing. And then like doing like DP inputs because it's literally just you hit forward, you hit down. There you go.
There it is. All right, it's easy as that, simple as that.
Yeah, you can literally tap forward and double tap down. You'll get a DP every time. Now, if you're playing like Kazuya or Mishimas and trying to do electrics where you have to do it perfectly, then you still have to do it perfectly. But that's literally you hit forward, you let go forward, and then you hit down.
Okay, so since DPs are so easy to do, would you fat finger one? Just be like, I didn't mean to hit. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do.
No, and hitbox is wild. Your execution becomes you're a god.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the hitbox. I would tell anyone if you're like learning fighting games and you don't have previous experience, learn to play on the hitbox. Because you can also go from forward to back blocking instantly, or like if you're reacting to overheads is just letting go of down. Like you're holding down back, you just let go of down. That's all you have to do. You don't have to worry about like, oh fuck, I jerked my stick up too much.
Well, you can block overheads without hitting up.
You just hold back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's crazy.
All right. I wonder how well that would work on. Did you use the hitbox on Street Fighter 4?
I don't think the hitbox existed when I played SF4. I only played up to Super Street Fighter 4. I don't know when. I don't remember. think Hitbox was made in like 2013 or 2014 probably.
Okay, maybe that's why I didn't, because my stint was like 2010 to 2012.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was newfangled tech. It's also very fun because you get to be very intimidating because you're just clickety clacketing all over the place. Playing a grappler on the hitbox is one of the funniest things that you cannot hide that you're trying to SPD someone at all because it's like you're like, all right, I want to SPD this guy, and all they hear is because you have to push like 10 buttons. So it's like it is not camouflaged.
So it's not good for Geef characters.
It's like how people always call Snake Eyes a cheater because he played Zangief on pad, so you can't hear him churning the butter. Yeah, hitbox is extremely. You are hearing every input.
But
then it's also you can also use that to your. It's like if I notice someone's listening to my buttons, I'll just fake wake up DP all the time. So I'll just be like, I'll just hit like, just hit a bunch of buttons, and then they'll think I'm DPing, and then I just like wake up and throw them.
The mind games are real.
Yeah, if you don't listen to my buttons and I pick up on it, you're getting cooked.
Oh my god,
that's true boomer tech right there.
That's but that does sound fun. That's what's real comforting. That song, like you said, clicky clack. When you walk into an arcade, you just hear all that clicky clack. You're just like, yes.
Dude, it's like it's one of those things where it's like, you have like if I go back to the Midwest in the spring and I inhale, I invoke all these positive memories of being a young lad roaming the forest and smelling the trees.
You say okay, so I was gonna say, did you say rum in the forest, and then you confirmed it by smelling trees? So yes, we're there. Continue.
Yeah. So when I walk into an arcade, which I don't know the last time I've walked into an arcade. It's probably when I went to like round one when I was in California or something. But when I start hearing the buttons, it's like it's like euphoric. It's like I'm home. Like good old arcade.
Yeah,
hearing all the buttons.
I want to go to a true one. Like it's been forever since I went to just an arcade. All these like Dave and Buster's or all these fucking that claim to be arcades are just like prize games. Get your tickets.
I think there's a round one in Seattle. So
ooh,
round ones are arcades.
Okay, all right. That might put that itinerary. 7 days out of 7, round one.
7 out of 7. Just living there.
We need something to do. There's no sporting events going on that weekend, bro.
Yeah, if anyone goes to Illinois though, Galloping Ghost Arcade in Brookfield is the best arcade in the world. There's like 500 cabinets. And the way it works is you pay, it might be $20 now. Before it was 10, but you just walk in, you pay the 10 or $20. I think my friend said it's 20 now. And all the machines are on free play, and you just hang out all day and just play whatever you want. It's awesome.
There's a game store downtown. Like a couple times a week, it's like $10 or $15, and all the games are free to play for like a 6 or 7 hour period, which is kind of cool.
It's dope. It's really fun. We just hang out, just play a Gauntlet Dark Legacy. You get tired of playing fighting games. You just want to chill and play some co-op games with your pals.
Some Time Crisis.
Some Time Crisis. I don't think they have. I can't even remember. I think there's a corner with light gun games, but yeah, speaking of co-op games. Hopefully that team versus mode, because I have a lot of friends who enjoy fighting games, but have not played them for 17 years like I have. So if there's a team versus mode, we can just play together instead of them be like, "Oh, let's play," and then it's just me relentlessly pounding them in the rear. Happy Pride Month. Yeah, that'd be great.
Happy Pride Month to everybody out there.
Happy Pride Month.
Get your pride on.
Our pride on them. Oh, I should have. Wait, hold on. I think we're over 30 minutes, so we're about to end. But before we end, let me grab this.
Also, his Squirtle was weirdly
right,
looking at. Oh,
I can't get it over my headphones.
Take the headphones off.
Oh, that's a genius idea. I like this. This looks good.
Okay.
They call me the Pride Bandito, which I kind of look like Captain Caveman. But instead of having a huge beard, I'm just a poncho.
Captain Pride Man. There you go.
Captain Pride Man.
I like it. Oh man, this is a great way to end the first episode.
Yeah, so that's the theme of Slick and Quick. We get in there quickly and slickly, and then we get out of there. We actually, this was basically us just talking about Street Fighter 6, but in the future, it's probably just going to be a lot more. We're just going to bullshit for like 30 minutes about what sort of hijinks we've gotten into.
I know I had so many things I'd like to touch on, but then Street Fighter, we ran with it, which I have no problem.
Yeah, so look forward to episode 2, where Anthony will have content. Thank you for watching episode 1. Name pending, the Slick and Quick Pod.